A very great morning to you watching Western Television, wherever you're catching the show live from 24 minutes past an hour for 7 a.m. right here on Western Television. My name is Dennis Oringi, and I'm here to give you a breath of every information that you need to know locally, nationally, and also internationally. And we shall be starting from the local, areas that we do have. What are some of the issues that are trending that you need to know this morning? From all the areas that we have in Western Sub-region, Acholi Sub-region, Karamoja region, not forgetting Bunyoro region, and also central region of this country. Whoever is catching us live within Arua City, good morning. Thank you very much for joining us. Those catching us live from the Greater Alur land, the district of Pakwach, Nebi, Zombo, and not forgetting those who are catching us live from the eastern part of Democratic Republic of Congo. Thank you very much for joining us this morning. Those who are catching us live from the district of Bulisa, Hoima, Masin, the Kiriandongo, thank you very much. Those catching us live from Acholi Sub-region, and those catching us live from Madi Sub-region, Owira, Mifungonia. Thank you very much for really choosing Western Television right this morning. Those who are following us live using that is a Zuko satellite channel 0073. Thank you very much for choosing Western Television this morning of all the stations that we do have in this world. And not forgetting those who are catching us live from the Start Time satellite, that is channel 477. And thank you very much. And not forgetting those who are following us live from the YouTube page of Western Television. And not forgetting those who are following us live on Facebook as well. And those who are following us live on Twitter handle of Western Television. You can as well follow my Twitter handle right there at Oringi Francis11, and that is my personal Twitter handle. If you want to have conversation with me, that is what you can really write right there on your Twitter handle for you to follow me. All right, dear viewer, you have to know that a tentative program for the burial of late Patrick Aloysius Okomoringa has been released, and allow me to go through some of the concluded resolutions from the Central Organizing Committee for NEBI. Here is what we do have right here, that Requimas and Council meeting to hold be on Wednesday, tomorrow, 24th of that is May 2023, a day of body procession from Kampala to NEBI. And COC helps this position by the church is what the church has really agreed on, that the procession from Kampala will really head right to Nebi, and then after that it will be taken to Nebi Cathedral for Requimas right there. And now COC to foot cost of Uganda shillings 9 million for holding council meeting to pay tribute for its importance. And so the COC has to look for that is 9 million for the councillors who will be sitting to really pay tribute to late Patrick Aloysius Okomoringa. And this has also brought a debate that why spend 9 million to organize a council sitting? Why can't the councillors and also the council be organized just like that? Since the member of parliament for Nebi municipality, Honorable Ashim Suleiman, was able to really secure the 400 shares for the council sitting. Why 9 million? And so according to the chairperson organizing committee for this burial arrangement of late Patrick Aloysius Okomoringa, who is the LC5 chairperson of Nebi, Rombi Emmanuel, he says that since 400 shares have been secured already, that means that it will really reduce on the budget. I believe that it will not cater for the allowances of these councillors, because it is important that we should really be able to mourn, and we have to really pay tribute. And so why should you pay tribute when you are going to be paid? Why can't you really sacrifice that the 9 million help for other things? It is going to be a very big funeral service that is going to be organized for late Patrick Aloysius Okomoringa. And so why 9 million? Why can't 9 million be used for other things? Currently, the COC in Nebi is really struggling in terms of mobilizing resources to see that the late Patrick Aloysius Okomoringa is really accorded the decent burial right there. And so the joint council session will involve the districts of Nebi, Zombo, and Pakwach, and and Nebi Municipal Council. And so Honorable Patrick Aloysius Okomuringa's biography is already ready, and it has been shared with the clerk to council. And so this is going to all the councillors from the district of Pakwach, Nebi and Zombo. And then also you have to know that the 3 motions that to be worked on by today, these motions include motion to receive body in council, a motion to pay tribute, motion to adjourn council, and then preparing venue to be completed by today, and then the body to leave Kampala early Wednesday tomorrow. So both requests and council sitting take place that day within time. And Minister of Tourism Honorable Tom Butime has cleared the body and 6 vehicles to move through, that is Masison Fall National Park, cost free. A big thank you to that is the Minister of Tourism. And now also another question and another issue that is coming up at this particular time, that why can't the body of late Patrick Aloysius Okomuringa be airlifted, using the chopper that we do have? We have seen this in Ashole sub-region, in other regions, when a big person of this caliber passes on, government offers a chopper to bring this person. And this makes me to ask this question this morning: is the chopper only meant for those serving in government position, or the chopper is only meant for those that have the bargaining power with the government, so the government can easily give the chopper for the transportation of the body? Remember, it is a very, very, very many kilometers away from Kampala to Nebi to West Nile, and you have to know that West Nile has been considered to be one of the hard to reach sub-regions that we do have in our country, Uganda. And so traveling from Kampala to Nebi, it will take you around 10 hours. And remember, on the same day that the body is supposed to come this side, the council sitting is supposed to be there, and also the request is supposed to be organized. And so if the government can really offer a chopper to transport the body of late Patrick Aloysius Okomuringa, that was going to be a very great one. Remember, he was a very great man when he was serving as the State Minister for Public Service. He served as a Member of Parliament for Padina County, and he was the one who also tried his best to supply government with that is a Peugeot cars from France. Unfortunately, the business did not go well right there after government choosing to go for that is Japanese cars. But he tried his level best, and his contribution should not just be left like that. And remember, government of the Republic of Uganda still owe him some good amount of money. And I have been told that the councillors have also, they have said that they will be able to move a motion in regards to that, so that the money is supposed to be paid. And so this Central Organizing Committee from Nebi, they are calling upon members of the public, and those members of goodwill, they can really send in their support to support the burial arrangement for the late Patrick Aloysius Okomuringa, who has gone to be with the Lord. And but the burial has been confirmed to be on 26th, and that will be a Friday, this particular Friday that is coming ahead of us. And so we have to really see how we can join our hands together to see that the late Patrick Aloysius Okomuringa is really accorded the decent burial that he deserves. And so we urge all the members of the public, the West Nile fraternity, let us join our hands to see that one of our fathers, a great man who contributed greatly to the development of this region, is really accorded what he deserves for considering what he was able to do for the Western sub-region. And thank you very much, dear viewer. Let's go for a break, and when we come back, we still have more for you. We'll be diving into some of the local stories that we have organized for you this morning. And later on, I will be connecting to that is Alfred Jawaha, who will be giving us some updates from the Greater Alur land on some of the issues that are taking place the other side of Pakwach, Zombo, Nebi, and also what is happening beyond Nebi, Zombo, and Pakwach. And so I will be connecting to him early this morning. And so stay glued to your station. Do not really change the channel. Let it be that is Western Television channel 477 on Star Times, and also channel that is 0073 on Zuku satellite right there. And for those who are following us live on YouTube, continue watching, and also Facebook, continue watching. I will be coming right back. And remember, our opinion poll still remains that was the community in that is Wadelai, made the right decision to ban an excavator that is working at that is the irrigation scheme in Pakwach District. Yesterday, the community members moved to ban an excavator belonging to the company that has been contracted to construct the irrigation scheme that is in Pakwach District. And so we are asking, did they make the right decision to ban an excavator? Remember, this is one of the government of the Republic of Uganda's project and development agenda to see that people move out of poverty. And if we are supposed to get out of poverty in that manner, will the poverty leave us if we ban an excavator that has come to open for us channel and land so that we can really benefit from the irrigation scheme that is being undertaken by government of the Republic of Uganda in Pakwach District, and that is in Ragem sub-county Pakwach District. Let's go for a break and make sure that you drop in your comments in the comment box. Those who are following us live using YouTube and also Facebook, the comment box right there for you, and keep dropping the comments and we shall be able to sample later on. And those who are watching us using the bigger screen in their sitting rooms, you can as well go to a YouTube page of Western Television on your smartphone and then drop your comments, and later on during the due course of the show I will be able to sample the comments right on the screen. And thank you very much. Let's go for a break and we shall be coming back with some of the local stories. Good morning.
West Nile TV, lighting up the region.
Get more for less on Star Times this Easter season. Cartoon channel for best children entertainment. New global series. Local drama on Makula TV and football all around the world. Simply make weekly or monthly subscription and enjoy upgrade to the next bouquet. For classic or super bouquet customers, subscribe for a month and enjoy 5 days extra. Family time with Star Times. Star Times is regulated by UCC.
West Nile TV, lighting up the region.
Welcome back. You're still watching Western Television right here. We are coming to you live from the broadcast house of Western Television, located on plot 39A, Weatherhead Park Lane, right here in Arua City, Western Sub-Region, Uganda at large. And those who are catching us live in diaspora, we thank you very much. We do appreciate you. All right, on a sad note, you have to know that Arua Diocese has been robbed of yet another young and energetic priest. The clergy and Christians of Arua Diocese were shocked yesterday morning by the news breaking about that is the loss of Reverend Father Kizito Yandu, the curate of Idiofe Cathedral Parish, who passed on in Kampala. In an official announcement by the Bishop Ordinary of Arua Diocese, Right Reverend Sabino Oshano Doki, Father Kizito Yando died yesterday morning while receiving treatment from a Kampala, based hospital right there. He's so ordained in July 2016. Father Kizito Yando served as the diocesan youth chaplain of Arua Diocese, and since he has been the curate of Idiofe Cathedral Parish till his demise yesterday. And so Father Kizito Yando, who has barely served the 7 years of priesthood, hails from Oringi Denis Catholic Parish, Arua Diocese, and has been the director of Uganda Catholics Online TV right there. And so that is the sad one for you from Arua Diocese. The diocese has lost a reverend priest who has been, sickly, receiving treatment in one of the Kampala-based hospital right there. And so more program about his funeral service will be communicated, and as Western Television we shall keep you updated on each and every event that will be breaking up in regards to the death of this particular priest. And so you have to know that away from Arua Diocese, Nebi Catholic Diocese was also robbed this year seriously of a number of priests, around 3 if I can be corrected, and it was really a very big tragedy, for the Christians of Nebi Catholic Diocese. And so this time around it is the Catholic Diocese of Arua that is mourning the death of one that is Reverend Father Kizito Yando right there, a very young man, a very young soul right there, who was so devoted to his work. I had several interactions with him, and a very close friend of mine, and we could really meet and chat, and we could not just pass like that without greeting each other. And so it has happened. We pray to the Almighty to forgive him, and also I really accord him the rest that he deserves. His servant who has been so obedient in really doing his work. And so may his soul rest in eternal peace. And a very young soul right there, ordained in 2016, just a few years back. And so we have lost him. I know it is really a very big shock for the Christians of Arua Catholic Diocese, and let's pray for his soul. And I know that the diocese will communicate the programs, and we shall also keep you updated. And also following us live from different parts of this world, you will be able to know what is happening back home in West Nile in Arua Diocese in regards to the death of Reverend Father Kizito Yando right there. May his soul rest in eternal peace right. That is what we can really give you this morning, dear viewer. Okay, dear viewer, you have to know that away from that, a fuel tanker registration number, that is SSD 149Q, destined to Democratic Republic of Congo, overturned in a walk over the weekend. Go down village, Pakwach Sub-County, Nebi District, destroying diesel worth millions of shillings. And we did see the locals together with the security officers having running battle right there. And so I think there's something that we need to do in regards to that. But let's have the story running. Let the producer give us the story so that we get to understand and have the pictures of what exactly happened right there. Good morning.
Fuel tanker registration number SSD 149Q, destined to Democratic Republic of Congo, overturned in a Gwok trading center, Go Down village, Pakwach Sub-County, Nebi District, destroying diesel worth millions of shillings over the weekend. The area council one chairperson, Go Down village, David Onyai, narrates that the incident happened in the wee hour of Saturday morning. He said he was notified by one of the village members about the incident. He attributes the accident to overspeeding of the truck as part of the road in Agwok is fully tarmacked.
Mapura beri pacha wiju kari po the trailer. Sama trailer ini po tu si abino. Kini misa wachel ko pe orang kita pe po tu kuru de ni. Dano kita jolo mo oi kume ngeng. Mo be oi be mo be chido tu dano kita ni be nyotre manano. Kita bagi jol. Driver orang kita pe. Ni kuru kita kani pura ngeu ko pe jangan kani.
Another eyewitness who remained anonymous to media said a team of officers from Agwok police post rushed to the scene of accident for protection of fuel as some residents were already scrambling for fuel. He accused the police officers who were at the scene for conniving with some locals to get access to the fuel tanker. He added that some of the locals paid shillings at 20,000 to 30,000 to the police so that they can be allowed to drain the fuel.
Sabe po do police be be dan pa jalo mo swa sala mag be jalo de enemy be na ko wen ngire police ga mutush chakuri amudano ngire amudano police ga mjaka ma sente de ma ko sente de ma ko ni chak police tira ra ko wona ida ko tira de ma ichidu ni sente jo de ma ko chakuri amudano ngire ka nya ga din mo ko be binu ngire amudano ngire ka woni do dana pol sente lengi kom police en kire ma ko do wish ko do ntie tek Magambo Center of Jete. The Ongo, Moja, the Jolly Independent Wing, Committee Level Macawashin, Utingo, Najumokan de Bejuato, Jumokan de Beriamo, and Jumokan de Bejol, Jumbo Bejolo, no, and the Mummy Center, the police Mocodeo. Anyway, I have my air Jol, take you made me take him gay. And all, Cabituma Lane, and the police and Mutukura Maracha kind. And all, that brown guy, Abituma Lane, Malang, Akasha. O marto mo pare pe kolen pasende de endo mutu ko sene do berishin joge ma ko sende gam be swalo chitu kamene che pare just kamene.
Meanwhile, one of the police officers who was at the scene refuted the claim, saying that they didn't allow anyone to access the fuel tanker. Emmanuel Orombi, the LC5 chairperson, Nebi District, who was among the first people to respond, has faulted the contractor for not setting up a warning sign about changing surface of the road under construction. Efforts to get comments from the driver proved futile as they were rushed to Nebi General Hospital for treatment. Dennis Oringi, West Nile TV, Nilecast.
All right, dear viewer, you have watched this story and you have heard what transpired exactly. And this happened on over the weekend, on Saturday, and you have seen. If that was, a petrol tank, tanker, I think by this time we'll be counting dead bodies and burying people around there. And so I think we should be connecting to, that is Alfred Jawoko, who is in Greater Alur, the sub-region, who always give for us such reports. And let's get more from him this morning, and plus other issues in Alur sub-region. Yes, good morning, Alfred Jawoko.
Yes, good morning, Oringi Denis.
Yes.
Good morning to all our viewers. Good morning to everyone watching West Nile TV, Kokoliriko at the moment. Yeah, we first of all want to extend my condolence to the family of late Minister Patrick Aloysius Kumuringa. As you did mention, the arrangement for the burial is ongoing. And to go to the point, we saw what happened in Agwok over the weekend.
Yes, give us a brief about that. What exactly happened, and how far has the police gone with the investigation? Whether any arrests have been made from those that have been really fetching, fuel from that tanker illegally, because they are not supposed to do that. Yes.
Yeah, it was on Saturday when I had about the incident. I went up to a Agwok Trading Center, that is before reaching a Trading Center, a village called Go Down Village, with a fuel tanker destined to DR Congo, registration number SST S149Q, overturned in a Agwok Trading Center, Modern Village in Barut sub-county in the district, throwing fuel worth millions of shillings. And when I spoke to the area council once, Golden Village, David Onyai, he narrated that the incident happened in the wee hour of Saturday morning. And when that incident happened, the people surrounding that village, they heard about it. And when they heard about it, they went there, and very many people went with intention to drain fuel from the fuel tanker. Police from Agwok, police force rushed to the scene. They were forced to fire bullets in the air to disperse the crowd, but they were overpowered by the good number of people who went to the fuel. However, when I further spoke to the area MC, he attributed the accident to overspeeding of the truck and that the road, which is ongoing, under construction. When you go to Agbo to Minarabur, the road is fully tarmac, though some parts are still under construction. When I also spoke to another eyewitness who remained anonymous to media, he said some police officers from the scene were getting money from some locals to allow them to drain the fuel, and instead some people who gave money were denied access. And that brought some chaos, whereby police officers and some UPDF officers from Navy were brought and they dispersed some of the people. At around midday to 1 p.m., another truck came to get away the fuel from that fuel tanker, and they were transferring the fuel to another fuel tanker. When the accused police officers were at the scene conniving with some locals, the one officer from Navy, so he declined to speak to the media. He said, he repeated the claim. He said they were only doing their work to rescue, to protect the fuel tanker. But Emmanuel Rombi, the Maybe district local government, was among the first people to reach the scene, and he shouted the contractor for not putting road signs on the surface of the road. And when you go to maybe up to Pakwach,
yes,
it changed in the surface of the road. So at Alui, when you go to Alui, you will see a warning sign telling you there is change in the surface of the road.
Yes.
And this is the first accident of its kind since this year began, and according to reports from police, we also saw in 2021 a fuel tanker, let me say fuel tankers, from Goli, Custom, also caught fire, also residents crumbled for fuel, though no cause of death registered.
And so, Alfred, from these scenarios that we have witnessed, the one from Goli and also the one at Agwoka Trading Center, what are the issues? What are the missing gaps that need to be filled? Because I was shocked to see that residents rushing to the tanker without understanding what fuel is really being, oozed out of that tanker.
Yeah, it was a tanker, diesel fuel, diesel oil, but the rest were at risk because they were just, others were even smoking, very many people, and they were at risk. And when I asked what they done to sensitize the people in case that incident happened,
yes,
one of the residents told me, for them, they always get that chance. When that incident occurs, some of them get benefits from it, and living alone, the risk, they might be at risk maybe of losing their lives. You know, when you're smoking a fuel or a petrol, you can be at risk of maybe losing even your life. But I talked to emphasize that they said there will be sensitizing people who live around highway. They know that will happen, they don't go closer. Yeah.
Okay, and now what needs to be done to say that next time we do not see our people getting into such a state of quagmire?
That requires police to sensitize people not to engage themselves in such incidents. When that incident happens, they have to report first to police. And in case they want to drain fuel, I think it can be done far away. Maybe if people, not the crowd. Even children were there, women were there, youth were there. So police, when I spoke to the DPC in the district police commander, Kayondo, they have to do a lot of sensitization. They have to sensitize the public not to engage themselves in that act. Yes.
All right, thank you very much for that update. Let's just get to Pakwach District. Yesterday there was a nasty incident that happened at Ragem sub-county, that is, Pakwach District, over the ongoing project of the irrigation scheme that is being undertaken by the government of the Republic of Uganda through, that is, MAIF, with the funding from, that is, African Development Bank. And so the locals took, law into their hands. They went and banned that is one of the excavators that was doing work right there. And so, any update from the authorities in Pakwach District?
Yeah, thank you once again. 3 years ago, the work on Wadelai irrigation scheme started, and when that was started, the residents demanded for compensation.
Okay.
And yesterday,
yes,
the land where the work of irrigation started 3 years ago, as I mentioned, the contention is all about compensation of their land in Ragem and Platen. You know, the work in some parts of the land where the community members, they want compensation. According to an eyewitness surrounding the situation, they say the communities, they want compensation. This prompted them yesterday to go and attack the workers, and in that process, they set ablaze an excavator, which is yet to be identified, the registration number. And when I took an initiative to speak to RDC Pakwach District, Paul Espero said the work is being undertaken by Coil Engineering Limited. But he rushed to the scene to talk to the community members, and when he rushed there, he condemned the act and asked the affected communities to follow through directions to solve their grievances. And they have learned internal wrangles, which is from the local communities to act in that manner. And also, one of the concerned citizens within Wadelai sub-county says they took the matter to court, and when they took the matter to court, the IDG came to ascertain the facts on the ground. Above all, RDC, Pakwach District, further said they should have 3 signatories to get the compensation. But due to land within the community, the 3 signatories are not yet there. So this is the one trying to prevent them from getting their money. And they said the money is ready, only waiting for them to have 3 people to sign for that money.
yes.
And as I talk now, the excavator has been rescued by some of the people who know about a fire outbreak.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, thank you very much. Before I let you go, if you die, God forbid, would you love aguara or trumpets? Tell me before you go off.
That is a good question. Death is normal. Death is always for us. And I would not even wish you to die. But death is for us all.
Yeah, all of us are in the journey.
Yes, that is the big debate trying to surround the environment of the CSC for the barrier. Yesterday, They had meetings for welcoming our icon person, that is the late Honorable Oringa. Initially, they proposed that Agwara people will welcome our Sapa from Namsen, but the church said no, we cannot have Agwara. And when we look at some functions, even weddings, these are para people, sometimes they invite them to come and entertain people. And if I die today, I them just to show maybe how I live in the society, to show my culture. For me, I think it's not bad to have Agwara welcome me when I die.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, thank you very much. Alfred Jawako is one of the journalists in Alur sub-region, and we do appreciate you very much for speaking to us and giving us some brief of information that we need to know in those areas of Pakwach, Nebi, and Zombo. We shall always tap on you in case we need any update, because you're always on ground. Denis Oringi cannot divide his head, his legs, and also his abdomen. Let me use that word, and also the thorax. to different places that we have in West Nile. Thank you very much. It reminded me of my science of P4. All right. Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much for speaking to us, and we do appreciate you very much. It is good sometimes to remind yourself of your science of P4. President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni says that all of us should be scientists. And so for you to become a scientist, you first have to memorize and remember what you were taught in primary. Head, thorax, abdomen, pass the rest. And so I leave that to science teachers. Schools are resuming with learning, and you have to know that some pupils and some students have started reporting back. But officially, the second term 2023 will be opening on 29th, and that will be next Monday. And so the schools that are opening just at this particular time, remember you're doing that illegal I mean, because Ministry of Education and Sport does not require that. You have to allow the students to stay for 3 weeks home, as it has been designed in the calendar of the education. And so this also takes me to how the Minister of Education is really working in this country. I think we have left education as a laissez-faire. You know, whoever can open a school, it's upon you. If you want to open your nursery school in your village, it is upon you. We don't mind. If you want to start teaching learners from January to January, we don't care. You know, it is normal. And so that is something that I think Minister of Education should really open up. In discussing this. So we cannot allow some schools opening when others have closed, and at the same time the same learners who reported early or late, they will sit for the same examination. And so you find that we are already in a state of quagmire. And so I do not know whether the discussion about this is being fronted in some of those boardrooms that we have in Kampala. The commissioners we have under Ministry of Education, what are you people doing? Are you people sleeping? I thought that we should be enforcing certain things. If we are saying that school opens on 29, why is it others are opening on 20th? Why is it others are opening on 21st? Why is it others are opening on 22nd? Why not to stick to that calendar for education in this country? I think we are not now following certain things. They have left issue of following the calendar to government schools. Private schools, they open, they just operate in a laissez-faire, and nobody seems to be checking these private schools that we do have. Even some of the government schools have started adopting what private schools are doing, and we allow this to continue to happen in this country, Uganda. And we are talking about quality education. We shall never shift this. In Kampala, some of the children even never went back for holidays, and they continue with the studies. Then at the end of the year, you will see Uganda National Examination Board, UNEB, comes back with their examination. And this should be taken to all the learners in this country, because the exams are set by Uganda National Examination Board. But when these learners were learning, nobody was thinking about the education of these poor children who could not really afford going back to school as early as the private schools were doing. And when the results come out, you'll see how they will glorify those who have done well from the town schools. And then they tend to rebuke those children of the poor in the rural villages. They are very dull. Yet the problem is not these children. The problem is the education system. Because we have left education to whoever wants to set up a school, whoever wants, so long as you have money to put up some structures that you can have some few children seated in, and then you call that a school. There is a problem with the education system in this country. And what can we do? Unfortunately, those who went to school seem not to be understanding this. And they're making those who went to the school to understand better than them who went to the school, to school. And so what should we do to ensure that policies are properly followed in this country? If it is 1st of January that the school is starting, let's start from 1st of January. All schools should really abide by that. If the school is closing on 19th of May, let it be like that. If the second term is opening on 29th of May, why is it other schools open as early as 20th? And now you want these children who are in the rural areas to report on 29th, yet some have already learned for 1 week and they're going to sit for the same examination. It really pains me when I see the same examination paper being placed in front of a child who studies in a Wanga primary school, in a Jagoro primary school in Rhino Camp, in Otuel primary school in Kuchun sub-county, with the same child sitting for the same paper who studies in Kampala school. And then at the end of the marking, you will see schools in Kampala excelling. Those are bright students. These ones are very dull. It is just situation and circumstances that are making these children to be called dull. They are not dull at all. Some of us, we have tried our best to come out from those schools that are always being referred to be the tail. And let me tell you something here. There are no schools in this country that would wish to be the tail, but the situation and circumstances are the one making them to be termed to be bad performing schools. There are no bad performing schools in our country, Uganda. It's only that if those who went to school, who call themselves educated, can sit down and begin to reason like those who went to school, not like those who went to the school, then we shall get to understand where the problem of our education is. Right now, as I talk, children are going to school here in Arua City as if schools have been opened. But we have government in place. We have ministry in place. And nobody seems to bother. We have inspectors of schools in these districts, in these cities, in these municipalities. Nobody seems to be bothering about reporting back to school by these learners. And so, it's high time we started thinking about the education of our country if we are supposed to achieve what we are supposed to achieve. It's good that they have started refusing our degrees. I love that. And it's time now the universities that we have in this country coming out now to make statements about the courses that they offer. I like that. So it is now the Europeans that are telling us that our degrees are not the right degrees. So you cannot be employed because the courses that you offered at the university was not accredited by the National Council for Higher Education. And so for those who want to go further with the education in the European countries, let me tell you that your degrees will not be accepted. And because some people have tried to go for their further education in European countries, their degrees have been rejected. This has forced the universities that we have in this country to apologize to those that have been conferred with those degrees. And that tells you that what we are being taught in this country and what we are learning in this country cannot make you fit in any world outside Uganda. And so I know the National Council for Higher Education, you have a role to do and you have something that you need to do in regards to that. I've seen statements coming through from different universities that we have in this country. That is very nice. I do not know what you owe the students that you were able to make them learn those courses that were not accredited. And then secondly, for those who are on, who have access to social media, you try to go through the government sponsored students intake for the August from these public universities that we do have, and then see the names of the persons and the schools that these persons have really gone through and have been considered for government scholarship or sponsorship. Let me tell you, we don't have any from northern Uganda, even West Nile. It's quite unfortunate that we shall continue to escort the rest of the Ugandans as they continue to enjoy the privileges that the government of the Republic of Uganda has. And so I do not know how we can bridge this gap. It's quite unfortunate that we cannot have any student from West Nile who is on government, scholarship or sponsorship at the public universities that we do have, simply because they never performed well and they could not really meet the cutoff point that are required for you to be sponsored by government of the Republic of Uganda. If they're there, they cannot reach 10 from West Nile. And if their names are names for the West Nilers, then there are those who study from Kampala, not from any school from West Nile here. I've not seen any person from maybe St. Aloysius College in Apea in Zombo District being, given government sponsorship at any public university that we do have in Uganda. Come to Muni University, check on the list. The lists are out. You can check whether your son or your daughter has been taken on government sponsorship. If not, then we have to go back to the drawing board and we have a discussion. Let's go for a break. It's 9 minutes past the hour of 8 a.m. right on Western Television. Kokoliriko show that comes away every Monday through Friday. Today happened to be Tuesday, 23rd of May 2023. My name is Denis Oringi. We are coming to you live from the broadcast house of Western Television. Let's go for a break.
West Nile TV, lighting up the region.
Get more for less on Star Times this Easter season. Cartoon Channel for Best Children Entertainment. New global series. Local drama on Makula TV and football all around the world. Simply make weekly or monthly subscription and enjoy upgrade to the next bouquet. For classic or super bouquet customers, subscribe for a month and enjoy 5 days extra. Family time with Star Times. Star Times is regulated by UCC.
West Nile TV, lighting up the region.
All right, we'll be back here still watching Western Television right here. My name is Denis Oringi. We still have more for you. 12 minutes past over 8 a.m. All right, Manibe United Group, a local community-based organization in Arua City, has intervened in improving sanitation and hygiene in urban centers. This comes after Ivo Division failing to provide garbage skips and ensure management of markets. Let's have more from Frederick Dramadri on this story.
Manibe United Group, a community-based organization in Arua City, has extended sanitation and hygiene activities in a Lord Trading Center, one of the satellite urban centers in Arua City's rural Ivo Division. In this corporate social responsibility, which is done once on an annual basis, the community-based organization conducted community sensitizations on the importance of keeping surrounding clean, formed the health monitoring committee for the market to ensure proper hygiene, on top of the cleanness in other business centers, health facilities, and places of worship within the city. In Sikuru Beatrice, the Secretary General Lord Trading Center confirms that the situation in the busiest market has turned worse, with several unhygienic activities taking place within the market.
People are slaughtering this pig here in market. The abattoir is just within our market, and we have seen here. By the time when it is now raining like this, the smelling is now threatening us here in the market. Then second, the dustbin. Those people in the municipality, they cannot come and collect for the dust, the rubbish. This rubbish, even at times you can smell. Really, we are suffering here in the market. And the third one, here in the market, those villages within here, they are grazing for us here. This one, pigs, goats, even these cows, they are grazing here in the market.
Among the challenges that the entire trading center is grappling with include poor garbage management, slaughterhouse, fencing of the market, and sanitary facilities, which tend to expose the population to infectious diseases. Ejua Fenahas, a clinical officer by profession and the General Secretary Manibe United Group, says the activities are aimed at ensuring a healthy, productive community to eradicate poverty.
Soap pits, and then these are the things that we do for the community, so that we see to it that infectious diseases like cholera, even if the environment is bushy, it harbors mosquitoes. Even these bottles, when it rains, it accumulates water, and it also harbors mosquitoes of health. If you see there are many clinics in an area, that means the area has a problem. And health-wise, there is an initiative to be taken up in order to eliminate some of the challenges that are causing people to go to curative side than preventing.
Records from Cyprus Medical Center that serves the communities within the business center indicate that over 400 people were treated from malaria, out of which 156 had drug-resistant cases within the month of April this year. As Siku Mark, the local council one chairperson of Yabie Vocal Cell, says cases of malaria in his cell are alarming and encourages the community members to learn from this gesture by Manibe United Group.
Malaria is now a big challenge in our cell.
However, the area councillor representing Ivo North to Arua City, Godfrey Ankoyo, urged the Arua City Council to prioritize purchasing skips to address the waste management challenge in the markets and task Ivo Division to consider fencing the market to realize revenue as well as ensure cleanness in these business centers.
22-2023 budget, we allocated a garbage fee of 5,000 per every business person. If you're operating a business here and in that license you're paying, it is 5,000 for garbage. So it means it's the mandate of Ivo Division to use that money to collect garbage in every business premise. And you can see that is a bit impossible because one, people don't have where to collect this garbage in central place. They keep dumping them in their various
World Bank estimated that urban centers contributed to 2.24 billion tons of solid waste amounting from a footprint of 0.79 kilograms per person per day, and anticipates that now with the rapid population growth and urbanization, this is expected to increase by 73% to 3.88 billion tons in 2050.
All right, we'll be back. Thank you very much, Frederick Gramadri, for that report. And you have understood, and such move is a very good move for our community-based organizations. Other community-based organizations, you can still do the same, like what Manibe United Group members have done. It's good to ensure that we have environment that is hygienic, environment that is really good for our really settlement. All right, away from that, let's go to Gulu City, where Pastor King Mwaha of Revival Worship Center Church in Gulu is cautioning men to marry, not to marry lazy women. He is cautioning men not to marry lazy women who spend most of their time in church praying for rich men to marry them instead of looking for what to do to better their life. Let's have more on this story. Compiled by Stephen O'Kell. I will be coming back to say something. Good morning.
While addressing a youth gathering at Pentecostal Assembly of God Church in Gulu City, Pastor Peter Kingwa cautioned men to consider hardworking women when looking for their partners. Pastor King also rebuked Christians to stop expecting tangible blessing from God, because God does not bless an empty hand.
God is coming to bless the hand that has produced something. So those ideologies of people thinking God will provide, yes, He will do, but He must find you doing something. There is no way you will tell me that even if I sit in the church the whole day, then God is coming to pour out for me things. You're a beggar. You become a beggar, and you lose the meaning of what God has deposited in us.
This came weeks after the Minister of State for Northern Uganda, Grace Freedom Kuyuchwiny, told church leaders to help government in developing Northern Uganda by encouraging the youth in the church to work.
Those of you who have access to opening large-scale farms, please do it. Those of you who can use the smaller scale, like the government is preaching about the parish development model, do it. Let there be no hunger in your home. And let it not only be food for your home, but let it also be food you can sell.
One of the youth in the church says poor doctrine from most of the pastors in most churches has kept many people in the Pentecostal churches in bondage of looking for foreign donations.
The reason why most of the African churches, they are depending on foreign donation, number one is because most of the African people, the entire Africans, they are not believing in themselves. So they more believe in the whites more than themselves.
Pastor Julius Odiak says, even God worked for 6 days before resting on Sunday. Then who are we not to work for our own good?
One, seek the face of God in truth, pray. And number two, work. After you finish prayer, get up and go to work. After you finish listening to the messages, get up and go to work. Begin to listen to things that will elevate your spirit to loving God and understanding God. Listen to true messages of God. And when you listen to such messages, get up and go and practice them. You need to work.
Following the public criticism on the amount of time spent by youth in the Pentecostal churches, few pastors have come out to openly encourage their members to work hard for their livelihood. Stephen Okello for West Nile Television, Nilecast.
All right, thank you very much, Stephen Okello from Gulu, for that report that you have really compiled. I love the the byline right there. Stop marrying lazy women. Pentecostal Assembly Church pastor tells the Christians, more especially men. I think It's a nice one because there are very many ladies who always now go to these Pentecostal churches to tap on those rich men who come driving and also looking nice, dressing in suit, thinking that the guy has money. Why not you also to really do something for yourself so that a poor man can also tap on you as a rich lady? Why do you only target those rich men? And so let's not be lazy, and let us, as pastors, let us use the podium to really sensitize our Christians and always inform them about the available government programs, how they can chase poverty using those programs. 23 minutes past over 8 a.m. right on Western Television. Let's go for a break, and when we come back, we shall be diving into what we have in the dailies today, the Daily Monitor, and also the New Vision, some of the stories that are making headlines here in our country, Uganda, before you get to know other issues happening outside Uganda. It's important that you get to know what we do have in our country, Uganda. What are some of those issues that are trending in this country, Uganda? Let's go for a break. We will be coming back. Good morning.
West Nile TV, lighting up the region.
Get more for less on Star Times this Easter season. Cartoon channel for best children entertainment. New global series. Local drama on Makula TV and football all around the world. Simply make weekly or monthly subscription and enjoy upgrade to the next bouquet. For classic or super bouquet customers, subscribe for a month and enjoy 5 days extra. Family time with Star Times. Star Times is regulated by UCC.
West Nile TV, lighting up the region.
All right, we'll be back. You're still watching Western Television. My name is Denis Oringi. All right, do not forget our opinion poll this morning. Community in Wadelai, Pakwach District have banned an excavator over compensation for their land. What is your take on this is the question we ask you. Did they make the right decision to do this is what we need to hear from you. You can drop your comments using the YouTube page comment section and also Facebook comment section. Those who are following us live on Facebook and YouTube as well. And not forgetting those who are catching us live using that is Zuko satellite channel 0073 Westar TV and also satellite that is Star Times channel 477 Westar TV right there. All right, dear viewer, let's get to some of the stories that we do have in the dailies today. Those who are catching us live from different parts of this country, especially those who might not be able to afford, that is buying the Daily Monitor and the New Vision. It is important that you should be able to know what we do have in the dailies today. Which stories are trending is something that should really be able to bring to your attention at this particular time, this morning here. All right, let's start from there. That 9 high Oyam North seat as Queen Amolo shift goal post is what you need to know, that there are 9 people who have shown interest to contest for the Oyam North by-election. Remember, the position fell vacant after the death of the retired colonel, that is Charles Okello Mash Oduogo, right there. So 9 people are eyeing the Oyam North Parliament seat, which fell vacant after Colonel retired Charles Okello Ngola Mash Oduogo's death, with the 7 eyeing the National Resistance Movement flag. The State Minister for Labour, Employment and Industrial Relations was killed by his bodyguard, Wilson Sabiti, on May 2nd, 2023, who is in turn also turned the gun, on himself and died. And the by-election for Oyam North County, which is slated for July 6th, 2023, will cost 900 million Uganda shillings, according to the Electoral Commission chairperson. Interestingly, during Okello Ngola's burial at Awangi village, Isheme sub-county in Oyam district, on May 13th, Tony Ayo, Kwania Member of Parliament, also the Chief Whip of the National Resistance Movement, MPs from Laon, presented the deceased eldest, son Samuel Okello Ngola Jr. as his possible replacement in the forthcoming by-election. The late Minister Mashoduogu was also serving a second term as the now Ngola Jr. is battling to become NRM, as the Oyam North County MP on the NRM ticket. Now Ngola Jr. is battling to become NRM flag bearer together with the 6 other candidates. Queen Dorothy Amolo, a US-based investor who executed several development partnerships with the late Minister Ngola, has abandoned Oyam South, where she lost the seat to Gender Minister Betty Amongi in 2021 and has now shifted to Oyam North. Others also eyeing the NRM flag are Richard Obakene, Ambassador Emeritus Julius Peter Moto, Will Omondo, Samuel Jr. Ngola, and Alfred Okello Obaro, and Billy Oto. However, the lucky person to be elected NRM flag bearer will face off with Dr. Eunice Apio Otuku of the opposition Uganda People's Congress UPC party. Dr. Apio Otuku, who was widely backed by the Gender Minister in 2021, then NRM's candidate Okello Ngola Mashoduogo, retained the Oyam North seat after garnering 22,000, that is 895 votes, beating 4 others. UPC's Apio Oturu polled, that is 17,114 votes. Crispus Ayena Odongo, independent, managed to secure the 8,498 votes. Henry Obore Edonga and Namjo, all independent, polled 175 votes and 140 votes respectively. Councillor Ayena, who is also contesting again, pulled out of UPC primaries last week, prompting UPC Secretary to declare Dr. Apio Oturu as their flag bearer. And Ayena, the former lead counsel of Jail ex-Lord's Resistance Army Commander Dominic Onwen, said he was opting for Plan B without delving details. So what they said, Billy Otto, a journalist and also the Oyam LC5 councillor, have confirmed that he is in the race for the Oyam North seat, quoting him verbatim, saying that I am contesting on an NRM ticket, and right now I am in the field is what he said right there. And so on May 14th, that is Moto, an economist with a master's degree in business administration, declared his intention to succeed Okello Engola, the 56-year-old Moto, who worked for 32 years uninterrupted service to humanity in Uganda and around the world, said he can change things around. And so you have also to know that Marshal Duogo, who passed away 2 weeks ago, when he was reminded that his friends and family endorsed their son as successor, Moto said Engola's family does not represent the interests of the people of Yam North. And so, quoting him verbatim, say that's why I have come to offer my candidature, just in case they don't find Junior Engola suitable for them. Given my background, I am going to focus mainly on economic infrastructure, and that's according to that is Mr. Moto, who joined NRM in December 2010 after crossing from UPC at a rally at Otwal Primary School in Oyam District. And that is in regards to the Oyam North by-election, the position that has felt vacant after the death of the former State Minister for Labour, Sam Engola, Charles Engola, I mean, right there. And so that is what you need to know in regards to what is going on right there. Let's get to the international right there. That private media boycott Guinea junta over restrictions is another thing that you need to know. I think it's in regards to the issue to do with the media coverage right there. And so the private media has boycotted Guinea junta over restriction that they say seem not to be working well for them. And so the Daily Monitor has captured the story as Tuesday would be a day without press, the media association said in a statement, which also announced a protest march on June 1st. And so Guinea's private media announced Monday a boycott of the ruling military junta until restrictions, on news and internet access, are lifted. The move includes television and radio stations, newspapers and news websites who declared Telecommunications Minister Osmane Gwandwal Diallo the enemy of the Guinean press. Tuesday would be a day without press, the media association said in a statement, which also announced a protest march on June 1st. And so that is something that you need to know in Guinea right there, that the private media owners have decided to say that they are going to boycott the Guinea junta press conference that he has organized today, Tuesday. Away from that, you have to know tears, anger from displaced residents as Russia claims Bakhmut is also another international story that you need to know this morning. And so another one here, that Bukedea LC5 by-election NRM supporters accused party of imposing flag bearer is also another news that you need to know in Bukedea. Remember, the LC5 chairperson position felt vacant here, and so there is need to have his replacement. A section of the National Resistance Movement supporters in Bukedea district have accused the party top organ, of fielding a weak candidate in the race to replace the late district chairman in the forthcoming by-election. Many have, doubted the capabilities of Mary Akol and the process it took to endorse her as the flag bearer. With some prominent party members now defecting to contest as independents in a bid to mount a challenge to her candidature, which they deems as imposed. And so that is for you right there. The NRM on May 16th handed over the flag to the current district vice chairperson, Akol, as its candidate in a ceremony held at St. Teresa Senior Secondary School, Okunguro, that is in Bukedea right there. The function was attended by the party vice chairperson, Alhaji Moses Kigongo, party electoral commission chairperson, Dr. Tanga Odoi, the party deputy secretary general, Rose Namiyanja, head of mobilization, and the party secretariat, Rosemary Seninde, and the party vice chairperson, Eastern Mike Mukula, right there. And so that is about the Bukedea LC5 by-election that is moving on right there. And so away from that, also you have to know that Luero Hospital Task District on unclaimed bodies. So there are unclaimed bodies that are there at Luero Hospital, and so people should be able to go and check whether their relatives are there or not. Two arrested over theft of 21 million PDM cash in Luero is also another story that you need to know, that people have started stealing this PDM cash. This is the information that you need to get this morning. So police in Luero district are holding two people in allegations of stealing shillings at 21 million meant for Chetume Parish Development Board Sacco in Chirobie sub-county. The suspects were identified by Luero District Police Commander as Brian Atulinda, the chairperson Chetume Parish Development Sacco, and his secretary Charles Aturinda, both resident of Zirobwe sub-county in Luero district right there. I do not know in West Nile whether people are properly using the money for the parish development model. If not, then we need to really, check on this properly. If somebody is tampering with this money, we need to see that we report. And so Uganda's exports increased by 93%. And that's according to Ministry of Finance. And then judiciary driver remanded after complaining about a pay law, about low pay. The other time you did hear that the judiciary driver did say that he earns 200,000, at the end of the month, and this money is really very little, and he drives somebody who earns over 10 million. If he wants, he can easily just crash with this person under a lorry. And so his statement has really caused him. He has been remanded after he complained of that is low pay right there. Police probe death threats against a member of parliament, Joyce Bagala, who is the woman member of parliament for Bitiana district. And then district commercial officers decry poor facilitation is also another thing that is affecting the work of the district commercial officers that we do have in this country, Uganda. Foreign universities reject Uganda degrees is another thing that you need to know here, that the future of thousands of current students and graduates on grounds that the National Council for Higher Education had already classified the course they qualified in as expired. An expert in Kampala warns such degrees across programs and institutions are null and void is what you need to know. The future of thousands of these current students and recent graduates at Uganda universities is danger after it emerged that courses they are pursuing or completed are expired. And so an expired or invalid course in this case is a degree or diploma program not duly accredited for teaching by the National Council for Higher Education, the sector's statutory regulator. Such qualifications, such one highly placed source are legally and technically null and void. And so who are these students who were able to get the degrees that are now termed to be null and void? We need to go back to school. Whether the education system in this country is working well for us, I do not know. And then I think there is need for us to check right there. Rescuers survive boat accident, recover body of drone policeman in Obongi. Remember, there was a policeman who just dived in the water and he just he died. And so yesterday the rescuers were able to recover the body of this police officer. At least 15 rescuers who are searching for the body of a policeman who drowned in River Nile over the weekend have survived death after their boat capsized. The rescuers said their boat capsized after they encountered heavy rain and wind in the middle of the river on Friday night. Justin Romakene, who was deployed to guard Obongi ferry, allegedly jumped into River Nile in Obongi district. This, however, led to the arrest of his colleague identified as Azabo, who was deployed to guard Obongi ferry alongside the deceased. And so speaking to journalists, Ignatius Dragudu, the police public relations officer for Northwest Nile region, said all the 15 people have been rescued, with some having minor injuries, and this is something that you need to know. On Sunday, operations of Obongi ferry were halted for hours as the rescue team searched for Bankene's body. Is that news that you need to know right there from Obongi right there. Okay, dear viewer, we need to get to that is New Vision this morning, and we know what we have in the New Vision before we dive into what we have in the world of sport right this morning for you. And so what do we have in the New Vision this morning is what you need to know from your trusted source for breaking news analysis of what we do have in our country, Uganda, right there. And so what news do we have in the New Vision today? What we have in the New Vision today is that Bible verse of the day, 23rd May 2023. You can as well get there for the Christians who will be looking for that is a Bible verse. And then Birigwa denies FDC collapse claims is also another information that you need to know right there. And then also uncontrolled plastics fueling waterborne diseases. That is according to experts that we do have. And then weather forecast, light rains, drier conditions for Uganda is something that you need to know, that we shall be experiencing light rains and then also drier condition. In Arua this morning, I think we woke up finding the environment very, very wet, and so a drier than usual condition expected over most parts of Uganda. Uganda, South Sudan, Western Kenya, and few regions over southern Ethiopia and southern Somalia is what you need to know. That light rains less than, that is a 50 millimeter, is expected over southern Sudan, eastern South Sudan, Eritrea, Djibouti, Uganda, northern and southern Ethiopia, southern Somalia, coastal and western Kenya, and coastal and southern Tanzania. That's according to the IGAD Climate Prediction and Application Center, ISPAC. And so the ISPAC is a climate center accredited by the World Meteorological Organization that provides climate services to 11 East African countries. The services offered by that is the ISPAC aimed at creating resilience in the region deeply affected by climate change and extreme weather. And so the ISPAC operates under the Intergovernmental Authority on Development, IGAD, which is a regional body to which Uganda subscribes as a member. And so concerning the issue of temperature, according to the weekly weather forecast, most parts of the region, including Uganda, should expect that is favorable temperatures. Moderate to high temperature 20 to 32 degrees Celsius are expected over parts of eastern and western Sudan, South Sudan, much of Uganda, most parts of Tanzania, eastern and northern Kenya, Somalia, Djibouti, and eastern and northwestern parts of Ethiopia right there. And so that is something that you need to know in regards to the issues to do with the climate change right there. You have to know that West Nile farmers equipped with the seeds value addition machines, the technologies worth at 52 million were donated to selected farmers to address the challenge of seed gap to improve that is yield productivity and production in West Nile right there. And so the farmers were on Friday excited after they received seed technologies motorized cassava shippers from Abiy Zonal Agricultural Research and Development Institute, that is Abizadi in Arua City. The technologies worth 52 million were donated to selected farmers to address the challenge of a seed gap to improve yield productivity and production levels in West Nile. That's also another good news for you right there. And so the donated technologies included 6 cassava shippers, each costing shilling 6 million, Nabe 16 bean variety, Narrow bean 1 and 2, Maxoya 3N, and then Mamshi 5 rice, and then Vetiva grass 10, Mubende goats, and Longe 5D maize before receiving the technologies. The farmers were trained on the usage of the technology by experts from Abiy Zadi. That is also another good news for the people of West Nile in regards to that is farming and technology. And so also you have to know here that Ayuda and Ashidio helps the farmers access solar irrigation is also another good news for our farmers, and that is something that we do not take for granted. So for the farmers who have received these technologies, let us make good use of these technologies and let us train other people so that they are able to appreciate technologies that we do have that are being invented to improve our agricultural activities here in our country, Uganda, for us to get out of poverty. If we properly use these technologies, trust me, we shall get out of poverty. Let's go for a break, and when we come back, we shall be diving into what we have in the world of sports this morning. For those who would love to know which games are going to be played today in the StarTimes Uganda Premier League, do not move away from your radio set, from your television set. I will be diving back. You know, the work on radio sometimes also do confuse, and so you have to know that we have been in this kind of work for many years, and so that is something that you did. There was a time I was emceeing somewhere, and so I was saying, my dear viewer, we thank you very much for coming. And so little did I know that I was speaking in an open place, not speaking on television. So I addressed the people, the gathering as viewers. And so nonetheless, whether it is an open place, all of them, they are viewers because they are watching me. And thank you very much. You who is watching me at this particular time, we do appreciate you. Let's go for a break. We shall be coming back with what is happening in the world of sports. Good morning.
West Nile TV, lighting up the region.
more for less on Star Times this Easter season. Cartoon Channel for Best Children Entertainment. New global series. Local drama on Makula TV and football all around the world. Simply make weekly or monthly subscription and enjoy upgrade to the next bouquet. For classic or super bouquet customers, subscribe for a month and enjoy 5 days extra. Family time with Star Times. Star Times is regulated by UCC. Get more for less on Star Times this Easter season. Cartoon Channel for Best Children Entertainment. New global series. Local drama on Makula TV and football all around the world. Simply make weekly or monthly subscription and enjoy upgrade to the next bouquet. For classic or super bouquet customers, subscribe for a month and enjoy 5 days extra. Family time with Star Times. Star Times is regulated by UCC.
West Nile TV, lighting up the region.
All right, we'll be back. You're still watching West Nile Television, and welcome aboard with what we have in the world of sport this morning. All right, title race of Vipers, KCCA and Villa seek to extend race to final day is what you need to know. That title chasing Vipers, KCCA and Soccer Club Villa have no room for error as the league goes into the ultimate match day on Tuesday today. The KCCA and Vipers head east to face Bull and Busoga United, while Soccer Club Villa are at home to Black Powers. The trio won on their last outings and are aware that only pick 3 points again will firmly keep them in the race till the final day. At Fufa Technical Center, Jero eyes will be on Vipers coach Alex Isibire, who returns to the place where he made a decent name, in the past 2 seasons, and that's something that you need to know. And so let's have the fixtures right here, in regards to the game that is going to be played today. According to the match day 29th, that is today, we have Tuesday 23rd May today, Bull FC will be taking on Vipers, and this game will be played at 4 p.m. We shall be able to have Soccer Club Villa that will be taking on Black Powers, and this game will be at Mutesa 2 Stadium, Wankulukuku. Then also we have Soltilo Bright Stars taking on Arua Hill. The game is going to be at 4 that is p.m. and the game is going to be played at the Kavumba Recreational Ground in Wakiso. Then Uganda Revenue Authority, URA, will be taking on the Gaddafi, and the game is going to be played at 4 p.m. and this match will be at Meta Sports Stadium in Lugazi. And then Busoga United will be taking on KCCA, and the game will be played at Kakindu Stadium right there for you. And so for those who want to know how these teams are really performing in the Star Times Uganda Premier League, you have to know that the Vipers coach Alex Isibire will be facing a side shot on conference as they haven't won a league match since his departure, but he must not expect any favors from Simon Masaba and company right there. And so the Venoms just need to match Villa and KCCA results in the last 2 fixtures to defend the title, something they haven't done in their whole history right there. And so KCCA will also be in the vicinity taking on Busoga United, who are fighting to stay up. Jackson Mayanja will return to the dugout, after serving a touchline ban at Wankulukuku. Former Villa striker Hussein Balangu stands in his former side's road to a first league crown since 2004 as he tries to guide Black Blacks' power to survival. Elsewhere, Saltillo Bright Stars host Arua Hill and Gaddafi will be visiting Uganda Revenue Authority at Lugazi, and that is according to the games that are going to be played today in StarTimes Uganda Premier League. And so get interested to follow these games closely at exactly that is 2 to 3. Fudribo Owen together with Lady Susie and Benson, they will be making analysis of these games that are going to be played today for Arua Hill. I have been told that Arua Hill is going to continue performing the way they are performing. They will not take trophy this time because their position cannot allow them. That means that they will still play StarTimes Uganda Premier League. However, there are some challenges that the team is facing or the club is facing, and I believe that this will be worked upon. Okay, away from that, too close to call in tide Uganda Premier League, finished right there. Vipers leading with a healthy 22 goals difference. Fell it can only take something that is a Grandation to knock them off their pitch. And so you blink, you lose. That is the summarized picture of StarTimes Uganda Premier League with 2 matches, 2 match days left for you right there. Vipers leading with a healthy 22 goals difference. Fell it can only take something that is Gargantuan to knock them off their pitch. Second place, the KCCA and Sporting Club Villa in third, all tied on 49 points, with Vipers after 26 matches may beg to differ. The jury is out on Tuesday. Today, Wankulukuku, Njero and Ginger. Alex Isibire takes Vipers to Fufa Technical Center to face his former side, the Bull, that are yet to attain victory in 12 outings. It will be an emotional reunion at the same venue that Isibire and the multitudes of Bull fans shed tears as he, bind them for Vipers in January. So he was since, reignited the Venom's fortunes as they inch closer to a maiden cup and league double with his successor, that is Simon Masabat, stares at Blues right there. All said, the contest remains a potential banana skin, even when Vipers forward Milton, that is Carissa, Yunus Sentamu, Abubakar Lalwal, Cromen Rotomio Abang, and midfielder that is Bright Anukani have rediscovered their scoring boots right there. And so at the Kakindu Stadium, KCCA will welcome back Coach Jackson Mayanja from a 2-match suspension of verbal artillery and the interim boss Charles Senyange. KCCA drew with Express and beat Bull 1-0, but the languid style of a play remained what we call a pertinent concern not even Mayanja can address in the last 2 matches. The first round, 2-1 victory over third from Bolton Bosoga United that is yet to defend off relegation. That is fierce made boost KCCA before the final game, against Saltillo Bright Stars on Saturday at the Omondi Stadium, having knocked Arua Hill 4-1 in Barifa on the road over the weekend. Bosoga United coach Afan Ikoba would cherish getting KCCA scalped at home just like they did to Vipers in December is something that you need to know. Up to now, few give Jackson, that is Megera's Sporting Club Villa, they deserve attention in the title contestants race. They may do it at their own peril because the Jogos last 2 matches, Black Powers on Tuesday and URI on Saturday at Wankulukugu. And so the inferior goal difference of 9 may not differ the record league winners from the giving it their best in a typical season that is too close to call right there. Away from that, let's get to the stories here in Uganda in regards to soccer. President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni was able also to really welcome East African AFCON bid right there. So yesterday, President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni was trying to demonstrate something in football, what we call chong ball. And for those who understand Aluru, you have understood, I mean. And so you have to place the ball on your knee, and then you knock for the number of times that you can really count. So President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni yesterday was able to demonstrate that to the AFCON officials when they took the bid to President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. And so President Museveni on Monday received Uganda's bid to jointly host the 2027 African Cup of Nations AFCON with East African neighbors Kenya and Tanzania. This comes a week after Kenya President William Ruto also received his country's copy of the bid, which has contributions from the 3 major East African nations right there. And so Parliamentary Deputy Speaker Thomas Tayebwa, State Minister for Sports Peter Gwang, and FUFA boss Moses Magogo led a delegation that presented the document to the President and First Lady, also Education and Sports Minister Janet at State House, Entebbe, right there. And so let's get to European football. Right this morning, Newcastle United secure Champions League football despite goalless draw with Leicester City is what you need to know right there. And for those who love the Champions League, you need to know that Newcastle United have qualified for the next season Champions League despite playing out a goalless draw with the relegation threatened Leicester City in the Premier League at St. James Park on Monday night yesterday in a contest hugely dominated by the Magpies, who boasted 78% possession and 23 shots on goal. Leicester almost snatched all 3 points with their first shot on goal in the 93rd minutes, only for Nick Pop to keep out a first-time volley from that is Timothy Kasgani. Nevertheless, a point keeps Eddie Howe's side third in the Premier League table, and they cannot be caught by fifth-placed Liverpool, who sit 4 points further back with just one game remaining. Newcastle can now look forward to returning to the Champions League next season for the first time since 2003, right there. And so the last time the Newcastle played, that is the Champions League, was in 2003, and so this is a very great move. I should really say 20 years ago is when Newcastle United was able to play Champions League, and so this time around they have qualified. That is the news that we can really let you know right this morning. And so the trending football stories here is that a timeline for Christian Sterling's distrust at Tottenham reign, and then Ancelotti hopeful as Asensio will pen new deal at Real Madrid, and then also Ten Hag's Varane could be back for that is FA Cup final is something that you need to know in regards to the European football. Another thing that you have to know here that Manchester United ran out of the patience with Anthony Martial is also another one. Then Liverpool to rival Arsenal, Manchester United for Mark Aguero is also another one that you need to know right there. And so table standing this morning for those who want to know, in Premier League, Manchester City has been given the trophy, Arsenal number 2, Newcastle number 3. They have qualified for the Champions League, and then also Manchester United is number 4. Liverpool is number 5. I think this time around Liverpool might not be able to play Champions League. Is something that I need to let you know. Then you have to know for Southampton, Leeds, and also Leicester City. These are teams that are in the relegation zone. We do not know whether Leicester City will be able to climb up. But when you look at the points difference right here, 33 between Everton and also Leicester City, so that means that a points difference of only 2. So if Leicester City works well, they might be able to climb over. That is Everton for you right there. Let's get to the comments that we have right for you concerning the opinion poll that we did ask early in the morning when we started the show in regards to the banning of the excavator in that is Ragem sub-county Pakwach District, concerning the land compensation, that the locals are not happy with the issue of land compensation, and these angered them. They went ahead banning an excavator that was doing work on their land. Let's have the comments before we sign out of the studio this morning. If my producer can really flash some of the comments that we do have, we shall be able to appreciate very much before I sign out. We have that is Betune City saying that banning the excavator over compensation for their lands should be strongly condemned. That is a total foolishness, lack of good sense or judgment, and that is from Betune City. Thank you very much, Betune City, for your comment. I think those are your words. If we can have more, there's no problem in regards to that, whether from Facebook or from that is YouTube. We shall be able to appreciate, and allow me to appreciate Betune's City for always following Western TV using, and that is the YouTube page right there. If my producer cannot have more comments, I think we need to sign out because it is time for us to get out of the studio. It's already 9 a.m. right on Western Television. Dear viewer, thank you very much for being with us up to this particular time. We do appreciate you, and we thank you very much for watching Western Television right from the time that we started until this time that I am getting out of the studio. We do appreciate you. May the good Lord continue to bless you, and let's continue to follow all the programs that we have on Western Television. For those who want to sponsor Kokoliriko Show Live, please, you use the contacts that are scrolling on your screen right there. Somebody might be asking me of my personal contact. You can follow me on my Twitter handle, then we can have a conversation right there of my private contact number. I cannot really give it publicly on television because they will disturb me. Who are the people who will disturb me? You know them. Have the best of your morning. Good morning.